The news day continues here on One News Now. I'm Pauline Berzosa. The Philippine Coast Guard, or PCG, has deployed 3 response vessels to augment the oil spill response operations in Bataan. These vessels will start applying oil dispersants to mitigate the impact of the oil spill caused by the sinking of MT Terra Nova. PCG is also aiming to finish siphoning the oil from the sunken tanker in a span of 7 days. MT Terra Nova carried 1.4 million liters of industrial fuel and it submerged to the sea yesterday morning. A Chinese Coast Guard vessel has been spotted anew within our exclusive economic zone. According to a satellite image posted by maritime security expert Ray Powell, CCG 3301 was seen conducting, quote, intrusive patrols on Thursday morning. The Philippine Coast Guard, for its part, says they also spotted the ship near Zambales. The Philippine National Police Anti-Cybercrime Group has arrested 9 people for allegedly tricking bank customers into sharing their bank details through a voice phishing scam. Here's the report.
The PNP Anti-Cybercrime Group recently raided a house in General Trias, Cavite. This comes after receiving a report about an operation of voice phishing happening there. This is a type of scam where deception and fraud are done over the phone to victimize people. Various cell phones and SIM cards were discovered by the operatives. 9 suspects were arrested at the scene. According to the PNP, they allegedly purchased pre-registered SIM cards for 150 to 250 pesos each. Turns out the group has been operating since 2021. Their modus operandi is to pretend to be bank employees when calling their targets and claiming that their bank accounts need to be updated.
But these people, they're manipulating these people to get a one-time PIN in order for them to access your online banking account. And then they will change the password plus the email plus the phone number. Pagdating mo doon, nakita ng mga biktima, wala na, hindi mo na ma-access ang iyong bank account.
Authorities are investigating whether the group has accomplices. This includes identifying possible sources of the bank client information they have been using.
Kung minsan, katulad ng kung minsan pupunta ka sa mall, somebody will ask you an information, papafilapan ka. Although siguro they are representatives from the bank or any credit card institution. And then itong mga tao na ito, baka ito yung mga nagbebenta ng ating information.
The suspects refuse to give a statement as charges are being prepared against them. Police has since reminded the public to be cautious to avoid being scammed.
Ang bangko talaga ay hindi po yan sila tumatawag to ask any updates through phone calls. Yun po ang lagi natin sinasabi. Siyempre, hindi naman po talaga ginagawa ng bangko. And even they're sending you an email to update or you have an information or your cards was engaged in a transaction for your cancellation, parang ganyan. Eh, hindi po nagpapadala ang bangko niyan.
Reporting for News 5, Elaine Fulgencio, we are One News.
Let's now take a quick look at today's other headlines. Schools damaged by Karina might have to postpone the opening of classes on Monday. The Philippine Star-coded Education Chief, Sonny Angara, as saying that they would have plenty of concerns to address. DepEd reported that about 90 schools in the country suffered damage placed at 600 million pesos. And more investments in infrastructure assets are needed to unlock faster growth rates for countries like the Philippines. Business World cited S&P Global's projection that the Asia-Pacific region can nearly double its economy if infra projects are accelerated. The figure could jump to $6.6 trillion in 2033 from just $11 trillion last year. And now, checking in on the weather, PAGASA is monitoring a new low-pressure area within the Philippine territory. The LPA was last spotted some 1,035 kilometers east of southeastern Mindanao. The Weather Bureau says the chance of it developing into a tropical cyclone remains slim. The LPA has no direct impact yet in the country. However, the southwest monsoon, or habagat, continues to trigger rains. And affected areas include Metro Manila, Luzon, and Visayas. Meanwhile, Typhoon Gamy, locally known as Karina, continues to move away from the Philippines. It has already made landfall over the Fujian province in China, and about 150,000 people, mainly from coastal fishing communities, have been relocated. Most flights were canceled at airports, while over 1,500 highways were closed. Filipino Olympian Carlos Yulo got a preview of his competition at the Paris Olympics. The Golden Boy recently trained with some gymnasts from other countries at the Bercy Arena, where the men's artistic gymnastics competition will happen. From Paris, France, Boom Gonzalez has this report.
This is the Bercy Arena, built in 1984. It stands out here in Paris. Why? Because of its glass roof and its pyramid-like structure. Now, 30 million spectators have already come through to watch basketball, athletics, ice hockey, tennis, and now gymnastics, Olympic gymnastics. This is why we are here. Our golden boy, Carlos Yulo, is testing the arena for the very first time and for one time only, before he competes against all of these guys that you're watching and you're seeing here in the arena. He will be under the bright lights as he continues his preparation for Paris 2024. It is crunch time for the six-time world medalist, and going through the different apparatus with his would-be opponents and co-competitors was an experience that can only be described as both thoroughly entertaining and nerve-wracking. Coach Alvin Castañeda shares his thoughts on the 2-hour test session.
So far, okay naman. So, medyo ano na kami sa board, pero at least nakuha niya yung technique tsaka yung adjusting sa venue rito. So, kailangan pa namin na pag-igian pa namin yung training para bukas yun para sa.
And of course, we can't let Carlos Yulo go without telling us what he thinks about the Bercy Arena and how he feels as competition day approaches.
Nakaka-overwhelm kasi sobrang laki po. Sa training po kasi nasa baba ng lahat, tapos may extra bounce kasi sa floor eh. Especially kapag nakaangat po siya. Yung mga ilaw, ayun talaga yung pinaka-na-adjust ko po. Kasi masahilan po ako sa sobrang liwanag po eh. And yung pinagtitraining din po kasi hindi ganun kaliwanag. So kailangan ko rin mag-adjust sa mga ganong party ko. Overall, okay naman po ako. Healthy. Wala naman pong masakit sa akin. So far, so good. Para sa akin lang, ginawa ko yung best ko today. And super happy ako sa kinalabasan. Although may stumbles ako. Pero yeah, ayun yung pagtatrabahuan ko bukas and sa susunod na bukas.
This is it for the man seeking redemption from Tokyo. We are nearing game day here in Paris 2024. Reporting from Bercy Arena in Paris, France, I'm Boom Gonzalez.
And those are the top stories of the hour this Friday. I'm Pauline Verzosa. We are One News.